Visas are popping up, visas are popping up, visas are popping up, man. I'm sorry, you are not eligible for the scale-up visa. How many of these businesses can pay 33,000? Welcome back to the channel. Still your homeboy PaRay, back again to the channel. By now you must have heard that the UK government has unleashed the new scale-up visa, and a lot of people are talking about it. So that is why I am jumping on this one. Oh, people are saying, oh, it's a lovely visa. You can come into the UK, you can work, you can bring your family. Wait till you hear my version. Right, so looking at the pros of the visa, I would say it's not really different from the normal, or let's say from the skilled workers visa. Number one, you can come into the UK to do an eligible work for a fast-growing business. Number two, you must have a sponsorship. Normally, you must have a sponsorship before you can work. A company that will sponsor you. You can bring your family. You can bring your family to the UK. Normal thing. Tier 2 visa, global talent visa, you can still bring your family. You must have a certificate of sponsorship from your employer, COS. Yeah, we all know this one. And the visa counts for permanent residency. That means if you can stay on the visa for 5 years, you can apply for a permanent resident in the UK. So by now you must have heard the lovely things about the visa, and I'm not saying they are false to me, they are all true. Right, so the major takeaway on the visa for me is what I will call the sponsored and the unsponsored route. So a sponsored route is an applicant coming into the UK, like a company giving you sponsorship to come into the UK to work on this visa. And the unsponsored route is when you're already in the UK and you must have left the company that brought you on the visa. I don't know if that makes any sense. Let's say you're moving to another company, so you have that flexibility of changing company after 6 months. To me, that is just the lovely part of it, but it comes with an implication, I'll tell you. So at this point, what I want you to understand is that the UK is trying to bring in a pool of talent into the country. They are trying to bring in the best talent into the country. And believe me, they are competing with so many other countries that are coming up with policies like this. So the first thing I want to impress in your mind is that this visa are for people that have the talent, specialists, highly skilled personnel. I'll read this to you. This visa will enable UK businesses to compete for the internationally sought after and highly skilled workers they need, and help maintain the UK status as a leading international hub for emerging technologies. The new scale-up visa recognizes the benefits high-growth businesses offer to the UK, and the need to ensure they are fully supported in maintaining this growth at a key time. Although the startup visa route is not limited to tech companies only, it is anticipated that businesses in this field will be some of the most frequent users given the abundance of fast-growing businesses in the sector. So that point brings us to the salary requirement of the visa. Number one, you need a job of £33,000 for you to be eligible for this visa. £10.10 per hour. You also need to consider the going rate of the type of job you'll be doing. Whichever of these 3 points will be the highest. I'm just going to jump on Google, so let's use a Northeast as a case study. Average salary in the Northeast. So the average salary in the Northeast is £26,000, £26,406. Let's bring in more analysis. I'm going to say average salary in London. You can see £53,700, £60,921, and £33,717. That brings us to number 1 point. So if you are really looking for the scale-up visa, you should be looking for jobs in London. The possibility of you getting a job that will sponsor you for the scale-up visa outside of London is going to be really, really slim. Number 2 is what I will call the going rate for your job. So there's a probability that you can have a job of, let's say, £35,500 annually, and the going rate for that job is £36,000. I'm sorry, you are not eligible for the scale-up visa. So in a nutshell, you are not just looking for a job from a fast-growing UK business. You are not just looking for a job that beats the maximum salary, but you are looking for a job that the going rate is higher than your salary. If you're an international student and you are still asking me, Paray, which one is better? Should I go for the scale-up visa or the skilled workers visa? A sponsored job for the scale-up visa, £33,000, and a sponsored job for the skilled workers visa, £25,600. I will say the skilled workers visa is still the best option for international students. Don't be confused. According to an analysis of official data by the Scale Up Institute, there were 33,445 scale-up businesses in the UK in 2019, the last year for which statistics were available. Although this number probably declined because of the pandemic, the remaining pool is still regarded as substantial. Most of the businesses have been crashed because of the pandemic. Note the word, most of the businesses have been crashed because of the pandemic. Let's look at the ones that are remaining. How many of these businesses can pay £33,000 annually? How many? How many? How many? How many? How many? How many of these businesses can pay £33,000 annually? I think you have to be exceptionally good for a growing business in that category for you to earn that. There are some few advantages and disadvantages for employers and sponsors, but I don't want to go into that because that's your own cup of tea. I'm looking at me and you that can possibly or would want to apply for this visa. And the last thing I want to say, if you're happy that you get a sponsorship from, let's say, ABC company, you move into the UK, you work with the company for 6 months, and because this visa gives you the option to opt out after 6 months, you just feel like, oh, I don't want to work again for this company, and you happen not to get a job that can pay you what that company was paying you, and let's say after 2 years you want to go and extend your visa, what's gonna happen? Let me know in the comment section below. My name is Paray. I'm not an immigration lawyer. I'm just trying to make a common sense. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace! Boom!